a 2v2 faction battle tournament, round 1, game 1. It's Ruins of Argus. On the blue team, for Chaos, it's Nightwing first up as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and disruption. And alongside is Zymran as a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with his damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, good versatility, but very slow, can also build turrets and repair. Also, already I should say, getting harassed by this Warlock Exarch. This is Tyger, a teleporting commander that fights range combat, really good capping and harassing ability early on with lots of nasty crowd control later. And alongside Asmon, or Asmondeus as he is here, is a Warlock, offensive melee commander with good mobility and fantastic disruption, really good tanking ability too if you kit him out right. For those of you that paid attention to the draw, you might be confused as to this Eldar team here. Asmon was originally to play with Keltos, but something came up and he couldn't make the tournament in time. And Tyger was originally to play with Fortune as Chaos, but Fortune also couldn't make it, so these guys made a team themselves and played on as Eldar up against Nightwing and Zymran, which was Asmon's draw. So here we go then. Argus, Ruins of Argus I should say, pretty decent 2v2 map. Howling Banshees are up for both Eldar players. What do you do as Chaos versus Eldar? You need to manage your heretics very well in tier 1, I feel, especially in those first couple of his engagements. Asmon as the Warlock, so dangerous with his Destructor, might not need it here, might wipe these heretics because it looks like Nightwing has forgotten but does retreat in time, and Asmon is very good at using his Destructor early on. I know that firsthand. Chaos Lord being chased down by Howling Banshees, which are a big threat to him if he doesn't have Kill the Weak off cooldown. Looks like he doesn't here because he's not using it. Might go down. 482, 500, retreats way too late, and the Howling Banshees finish him off as he does so. 478, 500, lots of pressure here from Eldar on both sides of the map. Whoops for the Exarch on capping duty. Has lost a bunch of health though. Here come Heretics in amongst those Howling Banshees, and with double CSM and Heretics, Banshees in peril, and Tyger judges the engagement well and retreats them. They do lose 2 models though. Warps of Exarch now takes the Garrison to be really annoying. Garrisons have the equivalent cover, which is slightly better than light cover I think. Not quite as good as heavy cover though. 456, 500, it's a double cap I should say for the Eldar. Looks like they're going to get a triple. Warlock is trying to cap mid. Shuriken Cannon up for both Eldar players. Warlock does back off that cap though. 443, 500, and now Zymran needs to deal with a Guardian Weapon team, which is not easy when you have double CSM. You can get Grenade Launcher Heretics, but then that opens you up to Howling Banshees coming in and chopping the crap out of everything. Needs to get Raptors or another Heretic squad I think. Plague Champion takes the Garrison. Howling Banshees moving in on those Heretics who Doom Blast, but they are way under strength there and do not have their Aspiring Champion. They are going to wipe out or not. Mucus Discharge heal can't quite save them then. Breath of Nurgle going off there. 432, 495. Chaos Space Marines now in melee combat with the Howling Banshees. As you can see, getting special attacks there with their superior melee skill of 70, which is the standard for dedicated melee squads. Although the Strike Squad of Grey Knights bucked that trend. Suppose you can't really consider them dedicated melee. Chaos Space Marines losing 2 models in retreat. A painful opening for Zymran, losing his Heretics, losing a bunch of Chaos Space Marines. Nightwing looks like he has repurchased his Chaos Lord and is going to come bottom to help out Asmon, pushing forward and decapping with his Warlock. Double Guardian Weapon teams for Asmon in tier 1. 432, 477. Heretics decapping this contested pout at top. These guys do have an Aspiring Champion for Nightwing and Zymran. Doing the right thing and replacing his Heretics. Needs to get an Aspiring Champion for these guys though, because those Banshees are such a threat. And they've almost hit level 2 already. Chaos Lord trying to decap mid, looks like he should be able to. Warps for Exarch getting shots in from range, out of cover though. Is now taking a decent amount of damage and teleports out. We do see the aspect of the Avenger up for his Dire Avengers. No longer give the 10% damage buff of course. And Asmons are back at base also with the aspect. Shuriken Cannon now in the Garrison. That's going to be so annoying to deal with. needs a garrison counter, needs noise marines or grenade launchers or the bile spewer for the plague champion, or he could use blight grenades, but those things I don't think are quite worth it in their current state. 421, 471 Asmon going tier 2 blue team under huge amounts of pressure. Warps Exarch decapping mid, 1-to-1 cap, but Asmon is capping top with his guardian weapon team, and now caps that contested power, also hitting this natural power here for Chaos, going after the node. Howling Banshees very capable of taking down generators and power with all those power melee attacks, and down goes the node. Can they decap it? Are they even going to try? Heretics will be shut down by the Shuriken, but here comes the Chaos Lord to flank, and Asmon retreats his Shuriken. Howling Banshees moving in against double CSM, which is a risk. They get the wall shout and then use it to retreat. That thing suppressing infantry. 376, 471 given to them by their aspect. Chaos Lord almost going down to that Shuriken, and Chaos Lord of course cannot be suppressed, but will still take a hell of a lot of damage as he gets close to setup teams. Heretics not attacking that Shuriken as it retreated. Nightwing doing a reasonable job coming back in that northeast area of the map. This Shuriken is still in this garrison though. We do have noise marines up for Zymran, and Tyger now goes for a Wraith Lord in tier 2. 450, 100. It's got to be up there as a contender for the best walker in the game, this thing. 329, 471. Guardian weapon team runs the hell away. Looks like it's going to be fine though. Warps Exarch is tier 2. Sorry, level 2. Asmon's Warlock also level 2. The Chaos Commanders still both level 1. We have that Mucus Discharge up for the Plague Champion. Howling Banshees with their Exarch for Asmon gives them their Executioner Spear with Aspect of Strength. And they're going to go northeast to try and get the contested power. Heretics are there, and they're going into this engagement. Heretics cannot win against a Banshee squad with an Exarch, not if they're the same level anyway, and they are taken down easily. Did the Banshees even lose a model? They did lose one model. 318, 471. Tyger still dominating bottom. Howling Banshees are forced off there though. He's also gone for the Aspect of Strength. There's a Plasma Grenade, hits his own, warps for the Exarch. Lucky they didn't knock him down there. Here comes the Wraith Lord, Walker vehicle for Eldar. Can get a shoulder mounted range weapon, which doesn't affect its capability in melee combat, which is a huge boon for it. Does not inspire troops though, like the Space Marine Dreadnought, but it is reasonably quick getting around. 291, very powerful in melee as you'd expect. 471, and it's a triple cap for the Eldar, dominating the map here. Chaos Lord chasing down Shuriken, unable to get any war gear on his commander. Just huge economic pressure from the Eldar team. Autarch leaping back to heal and buff those Howling Banshees. Sub-commander for the Eldar, Nightwing losing most of his army. Great foot speed. She also provides a passive 15% damage resistance to nearby allies. Is it nearby allies or is it only nearby Eldar? I think it's nearby allies. 234, 471, triple cap for the Eldar team. Autarch trying to decap. Here comes Nightwing. Not much he can do though. Heretics coming in to flank. These are Zymrans, but still are completely unupgraded. Noise Marines here now. Everyone piling in. Here comes the Wraith Lord. Howling Banshees. Dire Avengers with their aspects. We might see a nasty grenade soon. Plague Champion is there. 199, 471. Heretics are going to wipe. Noise Marines almost wiping. We might see a grenade on them. Nope. There is Malignant Blindness from the Chaos Lord. 184, 471. Of all his global abilities. A bit underrated as a global, I think. Reduces your enemy's sight range to very, very little. Look at the map. Almost completely red. Asmon and Tyger powering through. Midway through tier 2. 159, 471. Retreat grenade. Didn't quite finish off that Chaos Space Marine squad. Nightwing now desperately going for a Chaos Dreadnought. But there's a triple cap and it's very difficult to see a way back for the Chaos team. They have a wreck point and a power point with 2 gens and no node, and that's it. Guardian weapon team is set up here. We'll suppress those Chaos Space Marines, and here come Banshees. Look at the speed out of absolutely nowhere. Warlock can support Banshees really well with his globals, swift movement and his distort field. A lot of people underestimate the support that a Warlock can provide. 99, 471, down go those Cursed Space Marines. And it is all over for blue team. Triple cap, they're not giving up though. Word Bearers now coming mid for Zymran, getting suppressed instantly though by that Guardian Weapon team. 74, 471, still the triple cap. What's going on down here? It's Noise Marines getting suppressed by the garrison, just completely unable to deal with this garrison, losing those heretics, and in fact not upgrading his heretics at all was a big mistake I think from Zymran. Couldn't really combat Tyger. There's a Noxious Cloud from Zymran. Global ability of the Plague Champion does damage over time in this controllable cloud, which will run out of steam. I think it's about 9 seconds it lasts in Elite mod. Down goes the Chaos Lord. The Warlock fully kitted out, Merciless Switchblade, Champion's Robe and the Warp Throw. Dreadnought getting shots off with that autocannon. Wraith Lord keeping its distance for now. Has that shoulder mounted shuriken which does insane amounts of DPS. It's around 40 DPS I think this thing does. And there is the game. GG is called. Plague Champion at the end had the Plague Fist. So there it is. Dominant victory for Asmon and Tyger, looking like a very strong team. Unfortunately guys, I do not have any other replays from this matchup, but I can tell you that Asmon and Tyger went on to win the second game and progress to the quarterfinals, and I'll see you in the next game. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.